Multi-tools. There's just something to be said about a good functioning multi-tool. It just gives you so many capabilities and really fills out that name well if it's a well-built, well-designed multi-tool of multi-tools. It gives you multiple tools in one compact setup, regardless if you're a handyman, you work with your hands a lot around the garage, around the home, EDC, outdoors, you name it. There are multi-tools to fit every single facet of your life. And I've had the opportunity over the years now to have owned and reviewed several different multi-tools from Gerber, Leatherman, a few Victorinox, and I've come up with, to this point, the 4 must-haves. These are the 4 must-have multi-tools, in my opinion, that everybody should have in their collection. If you have these 4, there's really no need for anything else. Yes, depending on what you like, you may be able to go with something else and maybe do, a wave or do a surge, or maybe an OHT from Leatherman, maybe a flick or a diesel from Gerber. Pick your poison. But for me personally, with my usage, these 4 multi-tools have 4 different purposes and 4 different capabilities that I just want to walk you guys through today and just show you what these 4 have. And these are my top 4 to this point in 2015 and in 2015, my top 4 multi-tools that I could recommend to you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and hop to it, start looking at these multi-tools. All right, I'm going to start with the odd man out, the Gerber here, and this is the MP600 Gerber Bladeless. Now, the reason that I have this bladeless version is because this year in 2015, my wife and I went on a 2-week cruise up to Alaska, and I really wanted to have a multi-tool on me that would give me a lot of tools, a lot of capability, but would still fit into the flying. In today's day and age, you can't have blades of any kind on you. That it could be a multi-tool that I wouldn't have to worry about checking. I could have on my person through the airports, on the planes, and on the cruise ships, because cruise ships as well don't allow any type of blades, even in checked luggage. So what I did some research, and I came up with this MP600, and this is the bladeless again version. If you like everything you see here, but you want a knife, they do make a version with the knife. But this has their flick feature that a few of their other Gerbers offer, and now the OHT on Leatherman also offer. It's a cool system, kind of keeps everything in place. When it's the pliers are deployed, you can easily use it, and then you have these little tracks. You just squeeze the buttons and slide it back down, and that locks it into place so the thing won't open. This is definitely a full-size multi-tool made in the USA, 420 high carbon. You've got reusable and replaceable teeth there that you can actually rotate 3 times if they ever warp or dull on you. And what you would expect from a multi-tool, in the sense that it's going to give you a bottle opener, it's giving you flat heads of different sizes, which is always a positive. It's going to give you a scissors, which is good, so that you can do some minor cutting. And again, I went through every TSA checkpoint. Some of them want to look at it, some of them didn't even care, but I always got it through. And same with the security on the cruise ship, didn't seem to mind at all. They wanted to look at it, but after they saw what it was, they had no problems letting me on. There is this Rem Grit saw that I've found actually works well and will cut most material from cardboard to rubber to plastic, even drywall, wood, and steel if need be. It just won't be very clean, and that is replaceable. And again, they never complained about that. Then we have a 3D Phillips head screwdriver, and then we have another can opener, or we have a can opener with a very small screw over there, and those all lock out. And it's just a very well built tool. I picked it up I think for like $45, USA made. Comes with a good nylon sheath, and it's just a good blade, or excuse me, not a good blade, but a good multi-tool for those of you who either live in a country that does not allow blades on your multi-tools, or you just seem to travel a lot and you want everything a multi-tool offers you without the hassle of having to always check your multi-tool in your luggage, because maybe you're a traveling salesman, you just travel a lot for work. I mean, whatever it may be, this is a great option and definitely one of the 4 must-have multi-tools. Okay, Leatherman. Now, Leatherman makes some very inexpensive but very high quality, I would say high value multi-tools. Now, this is the Leatherman Sidekick. This is a little bit different than the Leatherman Wingman. Both have a lot of the same tools, but I want to walk you through why I like the Sidekick a little bit better. Now, the first thing that you'll notice right away is this is one of the most EDC-able out-of-the-box multi-tools around. It comes with a pocket clip that works very well. I love carrying this around the home. You know, if I have a lot of work that I'm going to be doing, you know, and I'm constantly in and out, this is a great little, you know, multi-tool to have because of the pocket clip that comes standard on it. And you have two tools that are accessible without having to open the multi-tool. You have here a plain edge blade with a liner lock, which is great, 420 high carbon. And the reason I like the Sidekick blade over the Wingman blade is the Wingman blade is serrated, this is plain edge. And as you know around here, I love plain edge over serrated. So that's a big selling point to me. That was one of the first reasons why I like the Wingman, I like the Sidekick over the Wingman. Then on the other side, where the Wingman would have scissors, I like the fact that I have a woods saw here. So I could use this out in the field if need be to make notches, saw down small branches, or do any type of woodworking that I may need. It has a liner lock as well, and again is accessible on the multi-tool without having to open it. So I like that because I just don't use scissors a lot, guys. I rarely do, and one of the other multi-tools that you will see on me all the time has scissors on it. So if I do need them for some reason, something that a blade couldn't do, I have the capability. Now, as we open this guy up, and I would say that this is a medium-sized multi-tool. It's definitely not on the small side, but you can see here we got spring-loaded. I really like that feature a lot. That's another big selling point for me. We got the full setup. No replaceable teeth though. That's where they cut down on price a little bit because you can pick these up usually for just around $30. But if you do jack up those teeth, the multi-tool in the plier capacity and wire cutting capacity is kind of useless. So just be smart with how you're using your multi-tool. Then what we have on one side, we got Phillips head and a flat head. And on the other, we have three different tools, if I can get them out here for us. I got a can opener, I got a file, and then I do have a serrated blade if need be. If I have to use a serrated blade for some reason, or it's just something, you know, I'm going through tons and tons of rope, I do have the ability with that to do, you know, more, you know, if I need serration. Again, a file that acts as a thinner flathead, and then a can opener. I use that can opener a lot, you know, when I'm maybe getting a tuna can for lunch or whatever. I don't have to look around for a can opener. I'm good to go. And so this one, because it's inexpensive, it's medium size, it's not huge, and the accessibility of the tools that it offers in the pocket clip, this is in my EDC bag, and this is the multi-tool that goes with me in my EDC bag, and is absolutely one of the 4 essential multi-tools you need to have. Okay, here's another essential in our 4 must-have multi-tools. Now, I did this in our EDC essential video as well, so I'm gonna try and breeze through this pretty quick. This is the Leatherman Squirt PS4. This thing is awesome, goes with me everywhere. You can see that it's been well-loved and well-worn. Lots of different colors, under 30 bucks, usually around $25 to $28 is what you're gonna see. USA made, and just gives you so many capabilities. And it's on my keyring, so it goes with me every single time I step out the door. This little sucker's on me, and everybody should have either this multi-tool, I believe this multi-tool, or something very similar. Here's why. Not only is it, again, very small, compact, we have spring-loaded pliers that can cut up to 12 gauge wire, as well as, you know, do smaller tasks that you would need pliers to do, and very small, you know, precise tasks as well. I like this a lot, and again, spring-loaded. That is a huge selling point for me, because a lot of these pocket-sized multi-tools or keychain-sized multi-tools only have scissors. They don't have an actual plier set, and I find that I do use this set pretty frequently. Then if I close this guy back up, we have accessible here a little 2-inch blade, 420 high carbon. Going to do most EDC tasks that you would ever need. It almost eliminates the need for a pocket knife. We got a file, 2 different grits. I use that a lot. Then we have scissors, as I was talking about when we were talking about the Sidekick. This has scissors on it, so if there was something that I did need to do with scissors, this is always in my pocket, so I don't really need scissors on my bigger multi-tool, in my opinion. And then I have 2 different size flatheads and a bottle opener. So guys, this thing is just so capable, under $30, and a must-have in my opinion when you're looking at multi-tools. The Leatherman PS4 Squirt is where it's at, and everyone needs one of these guys. All right, folks, last but not least, the Leatherman Rebar. This thing is, in my opinion, kind of the pinnacle for me. It's the perfect balance of a lot of capabilities, a lot of features, without it being ginormous. You know, normally when I'm rocking a multi-tool of this size, I'm, you know, usually either backpacking, or I have it in like a survival kit, or a bug out bag kit, or in my, again, camping kit. And I've reviewed the Super Tool 300, I've reviewed the Wave, I think I even did the Surge, and not that any of those multi-tools are bad, but they're just bigger and heavier, take up more real estate, and in my opinion, don't really offer anything that this multi-tool can do for you in almost every capacity. So that's my mileage. You can get these in either black or silver. This is the silver version. You can get it, or satin, you know, whatever finish. You can either get them with leather or nylon sheaths. I forgot that one today when I was out doing this video here. But we got rulers along the sides here. No tools are accessible, you know, but I'm going to talk about that in just a second. You've got to open this multi-tool up to access anything, or, you know, get a hold of anything. Now we got really good set of pliers. They are not spring loaded though, so that is something to note, with replaceable teeth. So if you do damage these, it is going to be able to be replaceable, which is nice. Now as we go to the tools, what we have here on one side, we have a plain edge. Again, I like plain edges a lot. This is going to be about a 3-inch plain edge with a lock back right there, as you can see, and that has a lockback system so that every single tool, and I'm going to close this up because we're going to talk about this, on this is accessible through that locking mechanism. So they're all, you know, locked out. None of them are accidentally going to collapse on you. Now, what I really like about this over some of the other tools, even the one that we just talked about with the Sidekick, now, as you can see here, when I'm holding the multi-tool, my hand is really close to that edge, and it feels awkward because of how high the blade is from the top of the handle. It just feels a little weird. It's okay for EDC, but for extended use, and particularly extended possibly woods use, which is kind of my mindset with particularly this rebar, this is more natural to have this big gap right here, so that if I do make a mistake, I have a lot more real estate to kind of catch myself on, and the knife is up high by my thumb, so I have better control with the knife in wood cutting tasks or longer EDC tasks. I'm just going to be going at cardboard for hours, you know, or whatever it is. This is a more manageable blade that you can get a handle on for a longer period of time, and just feels not as awkward and feels more natural to use this, and I believe is a little safer. So that's why, again, I really like this setup, and the Super Tool would be the same, but again, it's just bigger, and when it comes down to it, I just would prefer this size. This rebar size is just really compact, really gets the job done. And so just to kind of show you some of the other tools that we're looking at here, if I can. Here we go. On one side here, I mean, we get a flathead, we get an awl, we get another flathead, we got a big file with lots of capability there, 2 different grits, and then as well as a D-ring, if you will, that you could run paracord or a carabiner through if you wanted to carry it that way instead of, you know, in a pouch. So that's a big positive. Then on the other side where the knife just was, what we have is a 3D Phillips head screwdriver. This must be, I have like 3 of these. This must be the one out of my wife's kit. I just grabbed one today. Yeah, this is nice and stiff, so it'll need a little work. But just to give you an idea here, again, I have like 3 of these because I think they're the best, particularly this one. So what we have here on the other side is a fully serrated safety knife. So that's another big plus. So if you are going through lots of paracord or lots of seat belts, you know, whatever, that's great to have. Then we have a can opener. We got a good sized wood saw and a 3D Phillips head screwdriver. So yeah, that's just a little stiff in there. I'm gonna have to work those out a little bit. But guys, that's it. That's the rebar, and I got to tell you, it's kind of the pinnacle for me. And I keep thinking that I might replace it, and then I get a multi-tool that I'm hoping might replace it, and it ends up, it just can't compete for the size and capabilities and tools that this rebar offers. There's nothing in my mind for my mileage that works better for me yet to date in 2015. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope ultimately this video is just kind of pointing you in the right direction, showing you some tools to look for, showing you some features to look for, and ultimately pointing you in the right direction when you're purchasing a multi-tool, regardless if it's the 4 on the table, which are my top 4, or regardless if there's some other multi-tools out there that you've just found work better for you. That's totally your call. These are the 4 that are sticking with me that I cannot seem to get rid of and always keep around, and the rest of the multi-tools that I test, review, and have had just seem to kind of go by the wayside. So guys, thank you so much as always for checking out the channel. Please check us out on all the relevant social media. Links are in the description below. Please subscribe, comment, like, share this video, and as always, remember to stay equipped, stay prepared, and we'll see you out there.